The first race for the Superstock 600 is lined up behind me in the holding bay. Massive grid. Again, we have a new pole position man, or lady, in fact. It's Jodie Chalk. She's been so good this year. Jodie, that first pole position, are you nervous?
Just a little bit, like, definitely.
I've just been saying you've been doing such a great job this year. These lightning starts, we've seen you leading from the second and third row into the first corner, but now you're in prime position.
Yeah, hopefully. There's a lot of good people here, so there'll be a lot of good starts. If I could just get away and try and get into my own race, that'd be good.
And the man alongside you is a front runner in the British Championship, so that's got to be good for the confidence.
Oh, just a little bit. If he passes me, I'll maybe stay behind him and learn a few things, but I'm going for the win, definitely.
Good luck, it's going to be great to watch.
So the grid for the Superstock 600 sees Jodie Chalk take her first pole position ahead of Dan Kinloch, Greg Gilfillan and Brian Duncanson on the front row, the leader of the Scottish Championship. Robertson, Gilfillan, Greg and Paolo are the second row with Campbell, Shelcock, Frost and Cook. It's going to be a big one then. There's a full grid of bikes out here, and it's quite impressive to see Jodie Chalk on her first outright pole position, but also important and impressive to see Greg Gilfillan so far up there.
Yeah, I think Jodie as well, when she was out in qualifying, she was the first one on track and she set that time all on her own ahead of Daniel Kinloch, Michael Robertson. The rest of the guys were trying to catch her up and set their own personal best qualifying time, but it was Jodie that managed to withhold the pressure and get her head down and pull away from the field for what was a remarkable pole position. Let's hope she can do the same sort of thing in the race coming up now.
Away again for the second time. It's a cracking start by Sean Gilfillan, but look at Jodie Chalk on that restorative triumph, lead down towards St Curves, and she will peel across the front of everybody. Michael Robertson goes round the outside of Sean Gilfillan, and that was as brave as they possibly come as they get in towards Scotsman Corner. Then that was an extremely brave move there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it looked like he was lining up Daniel Kinloch for the inside at Scotsman Corner, which he's done because he's in front, but Jodie Chalk from Brian Duncanson, Michael Robertson, then we've got the machine of Daniel Kinloch, Greg Gilfillan, Sean Gilfillan right behind. I think that's Matthew Powell as well right in the wheel tracks.
Yeah, good to see Dan Kinloch here this time. He didn't get very far. The last time we saw him racing, Kelly rolled the bike into all sorts of shapes and sizes at Scotsman Corner, but Jodie Chalk leads on the restorative triumph as Sean Gilfillan goes up the inside of his younger brother and tries to get that position and makes it stick. He's now looking at the back of Kinloch on his R6 Shamrock. Gilfillan right out onto the exit curve and accelerates hard up the main straight. We've got further than we did in the first effort. We've completed a racing lap as they come thundering down towards St Curves, and again it's still Chalk, Duncanson, Robertson and Kinloch as they go through the first corner. Everybody trying to get through the left-hander. That's one you've got to watch. Even on the second, third lap, then you've still got to watch that left-hander.
Yeah, it's the only proper left-hander on the circuit, such a drive down railway towards the hairpin. This is the one where you get banked right over onto the side of the tyre. You're not really driving hard down towards Scotsman Corner because you're carrying so much speed through St Curve and Leslie's. But right in front, Jodie Chalk looking comfortable at the front. I've got to say, she's doing an absolutely fantastic job there. Brian Duncan being followed closely by Michael Robertson, and you think Michael is going to be the man that's going to put the challenge down and try and get to the front as soon as possible, because he won all the races last time out here.
He certainly did. He won all the races, but Brian Duncanson still leads the Scottish Championship, which is what is very important in Brian's eyes. He's on the K6 Suzuki. The John Campbell helped prepare Suzuki, and you see him going over there on the black bike in second place behind the restorative triumph. And if anything, these guys are pulling away from Dan Kinloch, who's sitting in fourth position in the number 26 Macadam Appleyard Yamaha. I was going to say Honda there, that was the previous 125s. The guys are going through Scotsman Corner. Brian Duncanson now starting to chip away at the back of Jodie Chalk as they come through the chicane, and Michael Robertson carries great corner speed through the corner there, and there's going to be something happening probably when they come to the hairpin then, because everybody's starting to bunch up at the front.
I suppose sometimes you've got to think as well, Duncan, it's sometimes easier to follow than it is to lead, but Jodie Chalk looking good at the front, but the guys have managed just to reel it in, but they've not been able to do anything about it. They're close to the back of it, but not managed to get through. As we look at the 29 machine of Mike Swanson there, just coming through Clark's Corner, being chased down by Sammy Tasker and the likes behind.
That wasn't you plugging your Twitter thing there, easy to follow, is it? At Dennis Hobbs 25, you can find him on Twitter now. But the guys are going over the main straight. Sometimes it is easier to follow. You can say that you're leading from the front, you never know just how hard to push, but these guys are absolutely pushing flat out from word go in this. You can see that as they come through. Jodie Chalk down at Leslie's on that bike. Look at that man in third place. It's Dan Kinloch as Jodie Chalk. You can see the bikes in a few bits, kicks the ground. Dan Kinloch in a fine third place. He'll be taking that, he'll be happy with that one.
Superstock 600 race number 2 is lined up behind me, and we're almost ready to go for the start, but we've got a wee chance to catch up with a few people. I want to talk quickly to Jodie Chalk. She's having a wee moment. Have you got 2 seconds? Sorry to interrupt. Jodie, it looked like that first win was on the cards there in the first race. You tipped off. Doesn't look like you got too much damage. You've a second chance now for that first win.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate that I came off, but it's just one of these things when you're pushing, it happens. But we've got the second bike, so should be good to go. We'll give it another bash.
You say it's a different bike?
Yeah, we've got two bikes. One's the R, and that's the standard bike. So
you're not looking to go as quick on this one, or is it going to be the same?
we'll find out now.
Good stuff.
So the grid for the Superstock race sees Jodie Chalk on the front row again on her spare bike ahead of Dan Kinloch, Gilfillan and Duncanson. That's obviously Greg Gilfillan. We've got Robertson, Sean Gilfillan and Matty Paolo on the second row of the grid. Great to see Jodie Chalk has managed to get a spare bike together for that, Dennis, because obviously that first one took the main bike, the Restore Roof Tram, took a bit of a thump down there.
Yeah, it's going to take a fair bit of rebuild. It's going to keep Garfield busy for a few hours in the garage, but she's riding a bike that she's not rode all season in this one, Duncan, so it's completely new to her again. Although it's her old race bike, she's not rode it all year, and she's definitely not rode it this weekend, so she's going to jump out there and race it from pole position, so best of luck to Jodie in this one.
Yeah, Chalky's been in the garage building bikes for years, though. He's used to that. And good to see Stuart Jackson out there. Unfortunately, another little slip-off for Stuart, but I'm pretty sure he'll get that bike repaired and we'll see it back to us in a nice clean self. Green flag at the back, there's cameraman, and we're waiting on the lights on the bridge. On go the lights, and away we go. We're racing here at Knockhill, and it's a good start from Callum Parsons. Look at Owen Fuzzer going backwards. That's a good start by Dan Kinloch, if that's him second place into towards St Curves. Round the outside though goes Michael Robertson again. How brave is this young man as he goes through St Curves and Leslie's? Can he get the thing stopped for Scotsman in time? We're looking ahead to the top of the camera, the top of the picture for the leaders there as we're on board with Sean Gilfillan, and it's Kinloch who will be in third position. Robertson got to the front from Jodie Chalk. Well, that's impressive.
Yeah, Michael Robertson very confident through the top of St Curve down in towards Leslie's on the first opening lap. He carries maximum speed and makes that count for him. And Jodie Chalk, you've got to be pleased with that for a start. Obviously, like you say, a bike that she's just getting used to again out there, Duncan, sitting in second place at the moment. Obviously, early days in the race. Daniel Kinloch there in for Brian Duncan up the inside of young Greg Gilfillan there into fourth. And then we've got sixth place Matthew Shelcock in the mix this time.
Yeah, good to see Dan getting a good start there on the silver Yamaha. He's already in third position. Up the main straight they go, and keep your eyes on Greg Gilfillan, number 194, the first of the orange bikes in the pack there with the orange vest on. Novice rider and a very, very quick man through the left-hander. Will that be playing on Jodie Chalk's mind? That's where Chalky slung it up the road in the first race in the Restore Roof Triumph. Let's see how she gets and copes with lap times.
Yeah, she's looking like she's hanging on towards the back of Michael Robertson there, but next time through, see if we have an odd-board a front-facing view of St Curve. Michael Robertson using the extra bit of the pit lane as he swoops across. A nice little smooth line he uses there.
He's mega, isn't he? The confidence he had on the first lap going through St Curves there was terrifying when we were on board. So here they come round towards the hairpin. It is Mick Robertson leading the way from Jodie Chalk. Dan Kinloch, Brian Duncanson has still got Greg Gilfillan behind them. Then a little gap back to Zap now Campbell going up the inside. Oh, Callum Patterson very late in the brakes past Sean Gilfillan there. Gilfillan will get a good onboard shot from Sean. He will be a little bit nerved that his little baby brother is ahead of him on the track here, so let's see. But yeah, into the pit exit, that's kind of Mackenzie-esque from Mick Robertson there, isn't it? Well, no, so you see Campbell doing it as well, the Bob Grant. And Jodie Chalk holding her own over Dan Kinloch in third position as Sammy Tasker just flies past one shot behind Chalk, and now we're starting to get on the back of Jodie Chalk. Dan Kinloch's going to have to try and make a move soon because he can see Mick Robertson disappearing ahead of these guys, and he'll hear that howling Suzuki of Brian Duncanson and Sean Gilfillan's orange Kawasaki behind them.
For me, this is one of the rides of the day by Jodie Chalk, because after what happened in the first race, big crash, bottom of Leslie's, destroyed the bike on a spare bike. She's not rode all day as she gets passed by Brian Duncanson there. She's doing a great job holding a podium position, holding second place all the way through the race up to this point, which is now the last lap, and she's side by side with Duncanson up over the start finish straight and gets back into second place. Yeah, she's a light wee feather. She will win a drag race, that's for sure, but she got better drive at the hairpin there because Brian Duncanson did have a bubble, but Brian Duncanson brave on the brakes as they get back into towards St Curves there, and he takes the lead. We're going back into the mid-pack here as Angus Mearns, Owen Fuzzer and Graham Purry are still battling tooth and nail, but we want to try and catch back up to the front, guys. That's an important battle for us to see, and here comes your leader, number 99 on board there. So next Robertson wins the race. Second place is gonna be, oh, how close do you like it coming to the hairpin? That was almost a T-bone, and Callum Patterson gets the drive on Sean Gilfillan. He loses another place, but second place looked like it was going to be Brian Duncanson, and third place did look like Jodie Chalk got it, but it's all happening. Close do you like it? Mick Robertson wins from Brian Duncanson. Jodie Chalk, fine podium position. Dan Kinloch, Greg Gilfillan, Niall Campbell, Matt Shelcock and Callum Patterson just overhauls Sean Gilfillan right at the very end. Cracking Superstock race. Let's head down to Joe Tanner to get the interviews from the guys and the girls and find out just exactly how they're feeling.
Third place over the line, Jodie Chalk. It could have been a win. It should have been second, but third, still a great result.
Oh, I'm absolutely chuffed with that. I'm over the moon. Couldn't be any happier with that.
On the spare bike as well.
Yeah, definitely. Had a wee bit of trouble because it's not got quick shifter on it, so I've got a bit of arm pump, but apart from that, it's brilliant. Good fun.